When we left the first episode, Bill had made the horrible mistake of implying that CV was unreasonable. You would never do that, would you, boys and girls? Let's rejoin our characters at that point and see how Bill handles this dangerous situation.
Let me make this easy for both of us. You ought to have a copy of this packed air bulletin. It's got just about every packed air option any reasonable engineer could want. Nothing personal, CV, of course. Let me go through it with you. I've already shown you these valves and the manifolds. Here's a single subplate, if you want to mount just one valve someplace. And here's a neat way to mount one valve directly onto a cylinder.
Oh, here's something I need.
You mean the regulator module? We have them, and they stack right in with the valves. Now, let's turn the page. Here's an indicator light for solenoid valves, a choice of conduit, grommet, or AN-type quick disconnect housings, even a guarded manual override. And as it says right here, you can also get solenoids for continuous duty, and for just about any voltage you need.
Bill, I don't want to make this too long. I still have this whole valve circuit to design.
Would you believe packed air helps with that too?
Will wonders never cease?
It's here someplace.
What is?
Versus Packet Circuit Design System, the answer to an engineer's prayers. Here, let me show you the packet principle. The real meat of the system is sheets of press-on valve diagrams. This sheet, for instance, is for 4- and 5-way valves. Notice that there are 10 diagrams on a sheet. Each diagram includes a full-size dashed box that is exactly the size of one packed air manifold. It also contains the appropriate valve symbol. A and B cylinder ports are marked, and so are the supply and exhaust mains. Also notice that these top ones are solenoid valves with manual override. These lower two are single pilot valves. Finally, outside the dashed box is a complete list of part numbers. It says here that you need manifold KM-433-1 and a valve, either KSG-4232, which has a 3/16-inch flow diameter, or KSG-4332, which has a 1/4-inch flow diameter. You can write on the diagrams, so just cross out the valve number you don't want.
These diagrams are fine, but what do I do with them?
Well, as I said, CV, these are press-on diagrams. You may be able to see that they are pre-cut along these lines. All you do is bend the page back and lift out one diagram at a time. It'll be a lot easier for you guys than it is for me. Now, can I trouble you for a sheet of your drawing paper, CV?
Here you are.
Now, we just place this module where we want it and rub it down. Because the diagrams are the size of the valve modules, once you put them all in place, you can see exactly how big the final assembly will be. Of course, when I say how big, I really mean how small it'll be.
Hey, that looks simple enough. Let me try one.
He's hooked. Now, watch me reel him in. Let me show you the rest of the packet system, CV.
Just a minute, just a minute. Let me do a couple more of these.
Take your time, CV. See what I mean?
Okay. What did you want to show me?
I just wanted to point out quickly everything that packet contains. This blue tab is the table of contents. The green tab is general information on the benefits of packet and how to use it. The brown tab is technical information, how to modify a packet diagram, like getting a plugged port to obtain 3-way action. This yellow tab includes physical dimensions and information on mountings. The red tab is the press-on sheets you had so much fun with. And there are a couple of Versa bulletins, the packed air bulletin, which I showed you, and the valve sizing chart. This is a valuable engineering tool. It tells you what size valve you need to operate a cylinder of a given diameter at any desired piston speed.
I really have to get back to that circuit design, but I do want to check out one or two other things before I let you go.
Just name it, CV.
You didn't mention it, but I trust that packed air has those great epoxy molded solenoid coils for moisture resistance and heat dissipation.
Seeing's believing, CV.
And you're still using the solenoid pilot principle so that I don't have to worry about sticking valves and burned out coils?
Does Campbell's still sell tomato soup?
And what about packings?
We use standard O-rings, and at critical points we use Viton for longer life. Anything else you'd like to know, CV?
Well, I do have one question, and it's kind of important.
What's that, CV?
Please, just tell me, how do you expect to get all this stuff back into your case?